Hi, and thank you for tuning in to today's episode. Wherever you may be on the globe, I would like to send you a big, warm welcome. Today I would like to spend some time and introduce you to something that has not only changed my life dramatically, but millions of others also. Today I would like to introduce you to the life-changing Tao Te Ching. The Tao Te Ching consists of 81 short verses, which are designed to be a guide on how to live life with more balance, harmony and peace. It is important to acknowledge that the Tao Te Ching is not a religion in any form. It is simply just a way of life. According to history and tradition, the Tao Te Ching was written around the 6th century BC by the Chinese sage Laozi. The influence of the Tao Te Ching has spread rapidly across the world, and it is amongst the most translated works of world literature. The Tao Te Ching was originally written in calligraphy, and the Chinese symbols have been reinterpreted many times, which is why you will find that there are many versions of the Tao Te Ching available. Tao, which is spelled T-A-O, translates to the way. T, which is spelled T-E, means virtue, personal character, inner strength or integrity. And then Ching, which is spelled C-H-I-N-G, means great book. I personally have read several versions of the Tao Te Ching, and I find that I connect with the way Dr. Wayne Dyer explains the Tao. So exactly what is the Tao Te Ching? Well, overall, the Tao Te Ching offers wisdom for everyday living. The advice is balanced, moral, kind and simple. The lessons behind the text are profoundly simple, yet forever life-changing. By spending time seeking the lessons behind each of the 81 verses, you will find that you start to live a more simpler, joyful and purposeful life. One that is in alignment to your own true nature and the natural flow of the world. It will inspire you to stop that endless struggle of always striving and never arriving, and instead you will be inspired to just be, completely content where you are in the here and now. It will also inspire you to start living more simply, to be more humble, to show more kindness, and to savor the moment or life just as it is. By dedicating a few minutes each day to the Tao Te Ching, you will be greatly transformed to a point where you will experience a deep and unwavering sense of inner peace. You will know true happiness. The Tao cannot be defined. Tao is the root of all things, but not all things are Tao. To truly live within the space of the Tao is to choose to be open, unlimited and undefined. It's about dropping the need to label everything as, good, bad, wrong, right, beautiful, ugly, and so forth. It's about choosing to see everything as simply just is. Tao is the way of the universe, the norm, the rhythm, and the force behind and in all of nature. It is an inexhaustible energy that flows stronger the more that it is drawn upon. It is unconditional love and gives life to all things. It is what connects us to everything, and I guess you could say that it is the mother of the world. The goal of Taoism is to attain harmony with yourself and the world around you. Taoism is centered around nature, the natural rhythm of life, and living in alignment with your own true nature. It is about reaching a deep sense of inner peace, so that your ego is no longer dependent upon such things as wealth, accolades, or social realms. It is the only path to true happiness and inner peace. Once again, it is important to remember that the Tao is not a religion. It is a way of life. It accepts and includes all forms of gods and beings. Nothing is excluded. The deep root of all things has Tao, and to embrace Tao is to become Tao. Actually, it's in our own innate nature to know the Tao. However, unfortunately, life often gets in the way, and we get disconnected and forget. Tao is the source of everything, but once again, everything is not Tao. If you feel a strong urgency to take action or say something, Laozi recommends that you stay quiet. If you feel like grasping tightly onto something that you want, Laozi recommends you release your grip and be patient. If you feel the need to prove your worth, such as telling people about your achievements and so forth, Laozi gently reminds us to remain quiet and speak from a place of humbleness. Overall, it encourages us to become less so we can become more, become quiet so that we can hear more, and to live more simply so that we can do more. I want to thank you for taking an interest in exploring the Tao a little more. And because studying the verses of the Tao has created a huge shift within my own life, I would like to spread this beautiful practice to anyone who has an open mind, a calling to it, or even to those who are desperate for change but don't know where to start. Inspired by Dr. Wayne Dyer, I thought we could study the meaning of the Tao together for an entire year. Now, because there are 81 verses, the focus will be on just one verse every 3 to 4 days. And don't worry, it won't take up much time. All I suggest you do is spend a few short minutes every morning or in the evening contemplating the lesson and meaning behind the verse. It's important to remember, don't overcomplicate the process by overthinking and overanalyzing. Instead, just allow. Trust your own nature and let the wisdom rise within. Invite the Tao to join you for the entire day as you go about your everyday chores. Then finally, on the 3rd or 4th day, after you've lived and breathed the meaning behind the verse, creatively express your own authentic interpretation of the verse. You can write a short essay, record an audio, draw, paint, and so forth. Express yourself in whatever means you are called upon. Every 3 or 4 days, I will be sharing my own interpretation of the verse via both an essay and a podcast. I invite you to share your interpretation by the comments below or by writing about your experience on your own blog. Then, for the fun bit, it's time to shift the world gently through one small message at a time. So after you have defined the verse, I urge you to share some of the wisdom in some way. Keep it small so that it can be easily digested by others. It may be a short and insightful sentence with a friend or work colleague. Maybe a Facebook status, a blog, or maybe make an audio, design a beautiful quote, or paint a picture. Together we can create a more Tao-centered world. And no, it's not some crazy cult. It's just a simple practice of living a more simple, gentle, and meaningful life. And hopefully inspiring a few of those we meet on our paths to do the same. I really hope that you do decide to join me for the 1 year challenge. And if you're unsure, I still recommend that you give it a go. You may find that you're not ready for it now, but maybe in a year or so you will be called to it. All I ask is that you open yourself up to the possibility. I also know that by contemplating and practicing the verses of the Tao Te Ching, my own life has changed drastically. It has caused me to shift entirely from how I view the world, myself, and all of life. It has inspired me to live more gently and sail more freely with the ebbs and flows of life. Again, it's important to remember that the Tao Te Ching is not a religion in any way or form. In fact, most religions have taken aspects of the Tao and woven them into their own spiritual practices. So whether you're a non-believer, a devoted Christian, practicing Buddhist, or a Muslim, you can still study the verses of the Tao Te Ching while practicing your own faith. So if you decide to join me on this 1 year journey, I highly suggest that you get a few tools to help guide you along the way. Firstly, I suggest that you grab an interpretation of the Tao Te Ching guidebook. I personally connect with the Wayne Dyer's interpretation. His version has helped me immensely, and I strongly recommend you either invest in Wayne Dyer's version of Living the Wisdom of the Tao Te Ching, or you find another translation that resonates with you. You can get these translations in various forms. I find that audio ebooks are wonderful. I put them on my iPhone and I just love it. It's great for listening 5 minutes every day. I find if I myself waiting around for appointments, waiting for a train, a plane, I can just pop on the audio and just listen to 5 minutes. You can also get them from iBooks at iTunes, so you've always got a copy on the run with you. Otherwise, if you like the hardcover book, there's many places that, such as book depositories that deliver them to your door. Along with getting a guidebook, I also recommend that you get a notebook to record your essays, thoughts, and wisdoms. I've also got a free template notebook that I've got on the website that you can download for free. The other thing I also suggest is maybe reading through the posts of my free 30-day Simple Living Challenge. This will just help simplify that busy monkey mind of yours and just your overall life in general. Now, thank you for joining me on this challenge. A Tao-centered world is one of peace, love, and kindness. It benefits both the planet and its people, and I hope that this challenge serves you in some small way, and I send you my blessing and sincerest love for your adventure towards a more Tao-centered life. Thank you for tuning in.